Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 1997 release by Playmates from their Star Trek Warp Factor series of action figures. And this particular series is of the Warp Factor Series 3. And this action figure is of Edith Keeler, who was portrayed by Joan Collins in the TV episode The City at the Edge of Forever, which is where Kirk and Spock go back in time to try and prevent a catastrophe that happened, which changed the whole course of history. Okay, so this is the card that the figure comes on. And at the top it says Serialized Warp Factor Series 3. It's got Star Trek, and it says ages 4 and up. And you've got the Star Trek logo, the Playmates logo. And it says warning, small parts, hazards, not suitable for children under 3 years old. It says Edith Keeler, and complete with Galactic Gear, which is coffee pot, handbag, typewriter, coffee mug, and Star Trek action base. And it is stock number 65114. Okay, so that's the front of the card. Now, before we have a good look at the figure itself, let's turn it round and see what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the card around, and this is what we've got on the back. So it says, Star Trek, boldly go where no one has gone before. Collect the entire galaxy of Star Trek characters. And in this series, we got Star Trek, Starfleet Academy Cadet Data, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy Cadet Beverly Howard Crusher, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy Cadet Deanna Troi, and Star Trek, the original series, Mr. Spock from Mirror Mirror. And there we have an image of Edith Keeler on her Star Trek base, and she's there holding a handbag. And it says, as featured in the original Star Trek TV series from the award-winning episode The City on the Edge of Forever. And it says, coffee pot used to percolate a stimulating drink made from earth coffee beans. Handbag, woman's purse for carrying personal items. Star Trek action base. Typewriter, ancient word processing device. And coffee mug, a cup for drinking coffee. And it says USS Enterprise NCC 1701, personal log, Captain James T. Kirk, subject Edith Keeler. Suffering paranoid delusion from a cortisone overdose, Dr. McCoy leapt through the Guardian of Forever to ancient Earth, where he somehow changed the future, causing the Federation to no longer exist. Mr. Spock and I enter the Guardian to find McCoy arriving in North America in the Earth year 1930. A time known to history as the Great Depression. We encountered Edith Keeler, a remarkable social worker who ran a mission. Spock's research determined that because McCoy would soon save Edith from death in a traffic accident, she would survive to lead a pacifist movement that allowed Nazi Germany to win the World War II. Although I fell in love with Edith to save the lives of millions, I stopped McCoy from rescuing her. The Guardian returned us to the present with our timeline restored. Further information not on file. Contact Federation Archives, Memory Alpha. And on the bottom left-hand corner, it says, or you got the Playmates website details. And it says ages 4 and up, assortment number 65100, stock number 6514, the Playmates logo. And it says join the official Star Trek fan club, 1-800 True Fan. And Paramount Toys and the Star Trek logos at the bottom. Okay, so that is the back of the card. Now, without further ado now, let's turn the figure, the item around and have a good look at the figure itself. Okay, so I've zoomed right in on the figure itself, and there you can see the figure of Edith Keeler. Let's just have a good zoom on her face and see how she compares to Joan Collins. It's not a bad likeness, in actual fact. They got the hair and the cap right, which is what she was wearing when she crossed the road and got knocked over and killed. And she's in her black cloak and blue dress underneath. And I say that's what she was wearing when she was at the end of the episode where she was killed. And of course, she's got her handbag there, her coffee cup, her typewriter, and her coffee kettle or coffee pot. And just below that is the Star Trek action base. I don't know if you can just see it in the background there. There we go, there it is there. Articulation wise, well, as this figure is actually still sealed in the packet, I can't actually remove it. But I do have a action figure of Jadzia Dax, and she is in her classic Star Trek uniform from the episode Trials and Tribulations. And she's exactly the same size with the same articulation. So articulation wise, we've got a movement of the head, we've got the shoulders move up and down, the elbows move up and down also, and the same on this side, shoulders and elbows move up and down. They don't actually go side to side, they only go up and down. Waist wise turns, and knee joints bend. Okay, and all of the figures are numbered on the bottom of their feet, and they all measure the same size, which is 12 centimeters. Yeah, about 12 centimeters tall, between 11 and 12 centimeters, all of them. Width wise, again, they're all about the same size, which is 5 centimeters across, and they're about 2 centimeters deep. Okay, so that is all I can really tell you on the action figure. Although I do think Playmates done very well in the sculpting on these figures. That might be a little bit better of an angle to see Joan Collins' image. I'll get my head out of the way there. There we go. Oops. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah. So it is a good likeness of Joan Collins. There she is, zoomed right in now. So yeah, I think the sculpting is very good. Playmates did do a very good job on all of these figures. The sculpting of them were just great. They're looking like the actresses or actors who played the parts. They've done exceptionally well on these. It was a very, very good figure design, and they spent a lot of time and effort in getting them right. So yeah, very, very good action figures, and still some of the best to this day. How well did they do? Well, back in the 90s when these were reduced, Star Trek was massive. Everybody was into Star Trek. So we had Star Trek Next Generation on television. We had the reruns of the original series. Star Trek Voyager was just beginning. Star Trek Deep Space Nine had been running. Sorry, Star Trek The Next Generation had now gone into the movies, so we was having movies released. So it was such a massive, massive time for Star Trek, and such a massive following. And as soon as the new figures were released, they were on the shelf and they were gone. Every time we had a new delivery, when we had the shop of action figures, the new figures on the shelf, that first box of figures would be gone in no time at all. You had your regulars that come in the shop and would always clear you out of the new figures, and then you had the one-off customers that used to come in and buy them as well. But literally, when they went on the shelf, they flew off. And that was it. I mean, everybody that was in the Star Trek want to collect these figures. They were such good items. But now, of course, we're talking nearly 30 years on. They're now incredibly difficult to find, getting harder and harder to find in this mint sealed unused condition. And they are incredibly collectible now. And like I say, very, very hard to find. But as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many, many other vintage Star Trek items, and many other vintage toys, games, and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on our website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes to the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items, which we are shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.